a spectacle this morning. So I got here, didn't park up. Of course, I pull up. They don't have parking, but they share the property with another business. So I could have parked outside of a gate. It's plenty of room, but whatever. I already got a load, heading back to Florida. But I've been here about an hour and a half waiting to get unloaded. These ABC supplies are hit or miss. Now, when I got here, it was 2 trucks ahead of me. Well, I can't say 2 trucks because one truck was empty, and then there's another flatbed with shingles getting unloaded. So I was like, sweet, I'm next. Now he gets empty, pulls off. Now, mind you, I'm in front where you can't miss this big old semi truck. All right. So they're loading their one truck, which, okay, got it. The driver, he's loading his own truck. Damn, they got their customers. Okay, got that too. But the customers been coming in and out. That one truck that's there, he's been there, like I said, in his defense, I don't know him, but he was loading his own truck. So it's not like he was D'ing around. The warehouse manager like, oh, I'm sorry for the wait, or whatever nonsense he was saying. I said, I don't blame that driver. He literally loaded his own truck. So I don't fault him. All right. Like I said, everybody else came and went, and like I said, I clearly should have been unloaded right now with 18 pallets of shingles. It don't take that long to unload some shingles. But here we are waiting. But I get to go down to Aurora in Wilkesboro. I've been there before. They load fairly quick. The kicker is me stopping an hour short last night, not parking up. That might be the difference of me getting unloaded. I mean, not getting unloaded, getting back to the house tonight, which would be kind of crazy. To go back to Florida for delivery Wednesday. But yeah, here we sit though. Like I said, I mean, if I did a better recon, like I said, I would have parked there last night. You know, and maybe would have been unloaded already. I doubt it, because like I said, a lot of these ABCs are hit or miss. So we're gonna see what this guy does. He's about to pull out, I hope. And I gotta take his spot to get unloaded. Like I said, it's shingles. It ain't nothing crazy. You know, I went in there. I was polite. You know, no, I didn't get attitude or nothing like that. I was like, hey, am I in the right spot to get unloaded? Because I've been here about an hour and a half, and you know, what truck are you? I'm saying, dude, I'm the only truck out there. The only truck out here. Just say, you know, once that driver, he's done with his load, take his spot. That's all they had to say. I said, so you been here before, right? No, I ain't been here before. Daggone, man. But here we wait. Ready to go get loaded, unloaded to get reloaded, and head back to Florida. See you on the next one. All right, they load fairly quick. Remember, before you get loaded, pull off to the right, throw your tarp on, go on about your business. While I'm waiting, I'm gonna eat my barbecue, baked beans, and gumbo. All right, there you have it, one tarp. All right. Let me put out a disclaimer. If you are somewhere and there's only 1 or 2 items of everything, i.e. a tarping station or a loading area or whatever the case might be, make sure you're respectful of your truck buddies. Don't freaking secure your whole load. Don't tarp your whole entire load if there's only 1 of something or 2 of something and there's somebody waiting. All right, shout out to the WTI driver that's been under the damn the freaking harness 2 hours, from what the guy loading was saying. Shout out to the TMC trainer, tarped his entire freaking load while I was waiting. Freaking put on your tarp, put on a couple bungees, and pull off. All right, don't screw everybody else. Only thing I did was, and you seen in the video, I put on my tarp, I put on 4 bungees, and I drove out the freaking gate. And I came parked out the way. All right. Be considerate of everybody else. Just because you don't have no time, hey, don't D around for everybody else. Freaking get the hell out the damn going way. All right. I'm trying to cuss. I'm freaking annoyed right now. All right. And shout out to my other truck buddy. He pulled up next to me and asked me if I needed a hand before he pulled off. I said, no, I'm good. I appreciate it. All right. Stuff like that. Just something I would do, you know, pull up to the guy, you know, if you have time. Sometimes you don't have time. You know, ask, hey, man, you need a hand right quick? And I told him, no, I appreciate it. All right. Little stuff like that. But freaking stop being freaking selfish when you go to these places and there's other drivers waiting to get freaking loaded. All right. I pretty much burned 45 minutes waiting on the TMC trainer, 6-month trainer, because I looked at the side of his door. All right. You should know better. So what the frick are you teaching your damn students? What are you teaching your trainees? All right. If you're going to teach them something, teach them the right way. Don't show them shortcuts or just damn F the guy behind you. All right. Don't make no daggone sense, man. Stop being freaking selfish. It don't matter who you drive for. Don't be freaking selfish. Like I said, I want to come out here. I want to make my video. Okay, guess what? I'm not in nobody's way. I can take my time. I can D around all I want because I'm out the daggone way. But if you know it's assembly line, and if you're in that assembly line, and if you stop the assembly line, you're the freaking weak link. All right, enough of that. All right, so 1 tarp, it was too tall for me to use a steel. Usually if it comes up to my waist or lower, I could use a steel. All right, but I use a lumber, no big deal. 1 big lumber. Like I said, you only get paid to tarp once. It's crooked, but it'll ride. This is for Thursday. No, I'm sorry, Wednesday. Today's Monday. Tomorrow's a holiday. All right. You also got to remember, when you bungee the back, I don't have enough D-rings. You have to bungee the flap down, because if not, you're going to get a cape. All right, hopefully that'll hold. It's only like 2 D-rings on there. So hopefully that'll hold. D-ring it down, straight down, and then you put the flaps over it. And it should, yeah, hopefully it'll hold. I'll know in my first load check in the first 50 miles if it's going to hold or not. All right. But yeah, I'm freaking annoyed right now. Oh, this burns me up, but I got to let it go. But yeah, don't be a blue falcon. Don't be a buddy fucker. Get the hell out the way. Do the minimum and get out the way. All right. God bless, man. Just like that. Just like that. Like I said, I only get paid to tarp once. But last time I was here, you drive straight in where it says, you know, where it's all sectioned off, drive all the way down, you take a left, and you go inside. Now, since they got that sinkhole there, you got to go all the way down through LP. You go up the hill, you take a right, and then you take a left and a left, and it'll take you back on this side right here. And he's going the wrong way. Yo! Hey! Trying to tell this guy to stop. Hey! Trying to freaking stop the guy and tell him it clearly says, a sign right here says all trucks. Clearly says all trucks. Hey, you can't go that way. You gotta back up and go on top of the hill right here. When you go up to the top, past the scale, you'll take that first left. You're gonna go down. You might see some traffic, but that's for LP. You take a right, go past the trucks that are loading, and you take a left. And you take another left, and it'll get you on this road right here. If you get lost, there should be somebody on a forklift to show you. But you gotta go up this way. Guys don't freaking pay attention. That's why they have signs. You have to pay attention to the sign when it says all trucks. All trucks means you. All right, so freaking don't keep going. God bless, man. But yeah. But that's it. We're gonna make it do what it do. I'm gonna get up out of here. Hopefully I'll get home tonight if I'm lucky. But since I'm rushing, not really rushing, but since the schedule seems kind of tight, I'm gonna run into traffic, but I'll get as close as I can and we'll see what happens. See you on the next one. All right, so I didn't make it home. The things that happened to set that in motion was, one, I didn't park up yesterday. Even though I trip planned, like I said, the place didn't have parking, the ABC, but there was parking on the road prior to the business. It was a tiny ABC, but when I read the reviews on Google, I seen it said no parking. I left it at that. I should have dug a little bit deeper. That was the first thing that screwed me of not making it home tonight. So it took about an hour and a half or so to get unloaded this morning. So when you don't park up, your clock's running already. All right. So after 10 o'clock, I finally got unloaded about 10:30. Had to drive 60 miles to go pick up from Aurora. Been there before. They load super quick. They load quick. One, two folks at a time, drivers, they load you fairly quick. Problem is I get there, it's 2 loading bays. The load has to be tarp. All you gotta do is put the tarp on and you go on about your business. Out of the 2 harnesses, both harnesses were taken up by drivers. One by WTI, and when the worker said he was there for about 2 hours already. And then of course my TMC truck buddy who decided to tarp his entire load. So a few things like that put things in motion to me not making it home tonight. Like, whatever, that tends to happen, like if like not really in a hurry or not in a rush, but if you got somewhere where you're trying to be, always expect the opposite to happen. I wasn't expecting to go back to Florida. That's where I kind of wish there was communication between fleet managers and drivers. If you know that you have a driver that's going to deliver in a certain area, and if you're banking on him or her to get a certain load that's been sitting around, say, hey, if you can, park as close as you can, because we got a load that's going back to where you stay at. And that way, the driver can plan accordingly. But who knows? It is what it is. But those 2 things, the first one falling on me because I should have did my due diligence, even though I kind of did, but not really. Double checking Google Earth, actually checking the entire, surrounding areas to park up, because that time that I burnt, I needed it on the back end. Like I said, that's why I always preach about parking up. Sometimes it's not about getting the best loads. Sometimes it's make sure you can get your ass home in a timely manner. So I'll get my time back at 5:45. I'm gonna be on the road at 5:45 or 5:46 or whatever the case might be. As soon as I get my time back, I'm going to the house. You might say for a 10-hour break, and then go park up for delivery Wednesday. I delivered there before. I gotta recount it again because I can't remember how much parking it has. So I want to kind of time it. What time I'm gonna leave the house? I don't want to leave early. I don't want to leave late. But right now in Georgia at Love's, whole bunch of parking. It might stay this way for most of the evening because mostly everybody's home. Maybe. All right. Maybe not. But kind of got me a decent spot. I think it's decent. Got 2 empty spots next to me. So I always try to find the spot with the least amount of resistance. So of course, I've got one spot open next to me. Hopefully I can get somebody that parks next to me so I can sleep a little bit easier, you know. But I don't know. Enough about that. But yep, didn't make it home. Because in theory, okay, parked up, got unloaded first thing this morning. Even if I got unloaded at 9 o'clock, 8, 9 o'clock, got dispatched fairly quickly to go pick up. I'd have been in front of them other two knuckleheads that decided just to hang out. Because literally, after I got loaded, 3 more trucks pulled up. So all I did was put my tarp on, put a few bungees, and roll out. You know, like I said, you gotta be courteous to other drivers, but enough of that nonsense. But I want to shoot some fireworks, but shoot, man, I ain't gonna be able to enjoy them. And I always get the heavy duty stuff. I don't get the little snappers from Walmart. I usually spend about $200-300 on fireworks, or excuse me, pyrotechnics. But probably won't do it this year because I'm at to leave too early, or leave at an hour that where it's not going to be beneficial or economically smart or responsible to waste $300 on some pyrotechnics for about an hour. But oh well, get a decent rest tonight and head on to the house tomorrow, and then stop for my 10-hour break and head on down to Winter Haven. So wonder where I'm going to go next. Because Winter Haven is right next to Plant City. We know how that is at James Hardy. And then I can go all the way back to Placa. I can go to Home Depot. I can pick up Lord knows what. But worry about it when we get to it. See you tomorrow.